like Canelo's a that's just my opinion, because if we ever fight, the man is making well over $100 million, you know what I mean? If, let's say, he's saying that I don't have nothing to offer, that I'm nobody, that I need more experience, this and that. If you're gonna make $100 million fighting somebody that has no experience, that he sucks, this and that, all this shit that they've been talking about me, why would you not come beat my ass and collect a big bag on my head after the fight? So for Canelo and his fans saying that I don't bring nothing to the table, I don't do this, I don't do that, man, they're all scared, just like how he's scared, you know what I mean? And if he wants to come prove that I ain't shit, come prove it in front of everybody. It's that easy.
Other guys fight each other while I'm busy, but you know, a lot of fans, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, they feel like Benavidez is the best fight. Do you?
I don't care. I don't care what they feel.
Will it
At the end of the day, no make sense for me, right? They don't have nothing to offer me.
Canelo, what was before you retire though, Canelo? If he keeps winning?
Yeah, maybe.
Sugarcoated. The one that I wanted was Canelo. And that fight never happened. So that was the only real way I could prove to the world that I'm the best in the world. So it's like, imagine you've been working your whole life, you've been working your ass off to get this promotion, and this dude doesn't want to give you this promotion. You know what I mean? Because once you fight a person like Canelo, right? I have my fair amount of fans. But once I fight him, and if I beat him, I steal all his fans, and now I'm become the #1.
And he say, no, he's a great fighter. He's dangerous. He's big. He comes over 25. Like, he's the same weight as you at 168. So what does it matter? If y'all win on Friday at 168, what does it matter? He jumps up 15, 20 pounds. You jump up the same weight, bro. So what's the difference here? It's now he's super.
Single day my hoe gonna be looking for his every single day my hoe. Hey Canelo, you want some of that? Single day my hoe date? It's Benavidez in now. Yeah, it's Benavidez. Yeah, sit your old ass down, Canelo. Sit your old ass down. It's a new sheriff in town, and everybody know it, and everybody saw it last night. His name is David DeMastro. Hey, Benavidez. That's his name. Call his ass Machine Gun. Ooh, he had a turret.
David Benavidez has fired shots at Canelo Alvarez after being called a nobody, insisting he is a $100 million fight and demanding the showdown happen. Firing off a reality check, Benavidez claims Canelo is spitting in his fans' faces by avoiding the one-fight boxing supporters have been demanding for years.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I did everything in my power possible to make this fight happen. If it's not happening, it's because Canelo, 100%. And what I wanted to tell you guys too, I mean, this guy, he's making the most money out of everybody. He's charging you guys so much for the pay-per-views. It's like he's spitting in your guys' face, saying that he doesn't give a f what you guys want. He's not going to give you the best fights. He's going to fight the fights that he wants. In my opinion, that's a little bit disrespectful to the fans, but he has cult-like fans that, you know, they don't tell him shit and they're happy with whatever he does. But at the end of the day, if you hold all the titles, you got to fight the best in the division.
On the other hand, Canelo responds to the criticism, saying fighters like Benavidez only want an easy payday, and he refuses to give that, proving he is still the face of boxing.
Despite everything, you're still the hunted. Everyone wants to get into the Canelo sweepstakes, and I'm sure you're not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And you can tell everybody is looking for the payday.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm glad because you can tell I'm still the face of boxing.
As for Benavidez, he insists Canelo is doing nothing but running away and making excuses, demanding a $200 million fight or extra weight conditions, while avoiding a real challenge.
So it makes no sense. How is he going to call himself the champion and have all these belts if he doesn't fight the #1 or the #2 guys? So that's what I'm saying. He's disrespecting you guys. So if you guys are cool with that, then there's nothing I can say about that.
You know what? Canelo said all you bring is an extra 25 pounds. But
so then why is he asking $200 million? Why is he asking $200 million? Why, when they bring my name up with him, that's the most money he's gonna make. You know what I mean? If I don't bring nothing to the table, you know, so he just said, you know,
well,
yeah, exactly. And then when he fought Amir Khan, he outweighed him by like 25 pounds. But, you know, I think it's just he's running out of excuses.
All this is damaging his legacy. And Jake Paul has called it the worst scenario in boxing, where Canelo calls himself a champion but avoids Benavidez.
What's the worst take in boxing today?
I think it's crazy that Canelo
is like trying to claim himself as the best Mexican fighter when he won't fight David Benavidez.
A lot of boxers don't do this. This is why Canelo's not fighting Benavidez. Why would Canelo fight Benavidez, who's relatively unknown, and Benavidez beats him and Benavidez becomes overnight a superstar? That's Canelo's letting Benavidez make a name off of him.
The boxing world is closely watching this situation, and Sean Porter believes the sport needs this fight to happen, urging organizations to seriously step in and make it official. He feels this is the kind of matchup that could turn Benavidez into a global superstar. Porter also suggests Canelo knows deep down he cannot beat Benavidez, which is why he continues to avoid taking the bout, despite constant pressure from fans and fighters alike across the division.
You got to promote both sides, and I feel like when it comes to David Benavidez, we know him to be the monster. Let's talk about who he's getting in the ring with. You know what I mean? Let's talk about how great and exciting this fight is going to be. If you keep pushing the monster and the monster scaring everybody away, you know, you don't have anything to work with. Right now, Canelo Alvarez at 168 is the guy I think that makes David Benavidez the star. I'm going to say it. If y'all ain't seen the Porter Way podcast, Canelo cannot beat David Benavidez.
Wow, you're saying that.
I respect.
Whoa.
I respect Canelo. He can't beat him. That's why he ain't calling his name.
The criticism around Canelo Alvarez grows louder as Edgar Berlanga erupts, calling him out for avoiding Benavidez. He reacts strongly to comments suggesting Benavidez is too big or too dangerous, saying those claims make no sense at this weight class. Berlanga argues that both fighters are competing around the same limit, so excuses about size differences do not hold up. For him, the narrative only exposes contradictions and adds more pressure on Canelo regarding the fight fans want to see.
He's a good fighter. He's a dangerous fighter. He's big. He comes over 20 pounds. I'm like, yo, bro, you just made yourself look like the biggest in boxing. Cause now I'm thinking about it, right? I'm like, wait, I'm like, nah, he's probably not even scared of him. But now, after seeing an interview that he did the other day, and he said, no, he's a great fighter. He's dangerous. He's big. He comes over 20 pounds. Like, he's the same weight as you at 168. So what does it matter? If y'all going out on Friday at 168, what does it matter? He jumps up 15, 20 pounds. You jump up the same weight, bro. So what's the difference here?
As Benavidez reminds fans that his rival is not stepping up like a real fighter, Tim Bradley also joins the conversation with strong criticism. He believes Canelo is making excuses and not acting like a true fighter or even a true Mexican champion in the way fans expect. Bradley claims the so-called cash cow is now asking for massive money, even around $450 million, instead of accepting the Benavidez challenge, which in his view raises serious questions about his legacy and intentions in boxing.
I don't care what he says, that he ain't done nothing and all that stuff. If he ain't done nothing, then why you asking for $150 million, dog? That's all I'm saying, man. And I said this story, I think it was on ProBox TV, man, and I basically said this, bro. Talking about Mexican pride, you don't even gotta be a Mexican, you just gotta be a man, right? If you got another man coming to your house, coming in your sport, whatever you wanna call it, bro, and he's calling your name, he's doing the same thing you doing, he fighting, and you the guy, you the cash cow, you the face of boxing, and you don't answer that call, bro, that says something about you, man. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to stand up.
The growing pressure for Canelo Alvarez to face Benavidez continues as Stephen A. Smith adds his voice to the debate. He strongly dismisses Canelo's recent comments, calling them nonsense, and insisting that anyone who understands boxing knows Benavidez is the real deal. While acknowledging Canelo's elite status and greatness, he warns that avoiding the biggest challenge raises serious questions. In his view, Canelo is focusing on other opponents while the fight fans truly want remains unanswered.
Canelo Alvarez. What the hell are you talking about? Will you stop? That's just BS. Anybody who knows boxing, everybody who watches boxing knows that David Benavidez is the real deal. Now that doesn't mean he'd beat you, because anybody could fall if you catch him right. We know who you are, Canelo, you big time. But you getting ready to fight. Mengoa, listen, the brother's 43-0.
Smith continues by saying Canelo is still a top-level fighter with no doubt about his achievements, but the way he speaks about Benavidez makes it look like avoidance. He argues that calling him nothing is unfair and only fuels the ducking narrative. According to him, respect for boxing demands that this fight happens. Benavidez has earned the right to step into the ring with him, and fans deserve to see the matchup that has been demanded across the sport for years.
You are elite, you are big time, no doubt about that. But it is clear with what you're saying that you are ducking Benavidez. Not because you haven't fight him, but because of the words that you're using. He's nothing, you know better. Fight that man. David Benavidez deserves that. Anybody who respects boxing knows he should be the man in the ring going up against you.
On the other hand, Leonard Ellerby offers a different perspective, saying there is no way Canelo Alvarez is scared of Benavidez. He points to Canelo's long career and elite resume, reminding everyone that he has already faced the best in the sport. Ellerby, even as a Benavidez fan, questions what new challenge Benavidez brings that Canelo has not seen before. He describes Benavidez as busy, strong, and well-rounded, but still within a style Canelo has already experienced many times.
Because there's no such thing as him being scared of Benavidez. That man done fought everybody. He done fought everybody in the entire sport. Everybody. He has an incredible resume. What is he gonna be scared of Benavidez for? And I'm a big Benavidez fan. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do that Canelo hadn't seen before? He's a busy fighter. He's a good puncher, good ring generalship, great pressure. You know, always comes in shape. Outstanding fighter. Canelo's seen all.
Ellerby continues by saying the matchup would still be an exciting throwback style fight, something fans would love to see in today's boxing scene. He calls it a toe-to-toe battle where both fighters would stand and trade in a high-intensity environment. While respecting Benavidez's pressure and consistency, he believes Canelo has already dealt with similar opponents throughout his career. In his view, it remains a great fight on paper, but not necessarily one that proves fear or avoidance from Canelo.
It'll be one of those fights I just can't wait to see. When you look at that matchup, it's a great matchup. But I think that's a toe-to-toe battle, a throwback fight. I'd love to see it.
Stepping into the conversation, Jim Lampley reveals that even Canelo Alvarez's own fans are pushing him to face the truth about Benavidez and how he compares to past opponents. According to Lampley, Canelo has built a respected image over the years, but he becomes irritated when reminded that Benavidez presents a real threat capable of troubling him or even changing the fight completely. In his view, this is something Canelo does not want to accept, often labeling it as disrespect, even though the pressure is increasingly coming from his own fan base.
Now he gets to hear from a lot of even his own fans that, oh, just wait until you get into the ring with David Benavidez. Benavidez is a whole new thing. He's got more power than you have ever dreamed of having. He's going to wipe you out. He doesn't want to hear it, okay? He doesn't want to be treated to that kind of disrespect from people whose respect he thinks he has very meticulously earned over a long period of time. So for whatever reason, Canelo is not contented at this time. I can't evaluate whether PBC has done a questionable job or a fantastic job for him.
At a time when many believe Canelo Alvarez would struggle against Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade adds his own warning about the matchup. He openly says he does not see Canelo beating David at all and even advises him to stay away from the fight. Andrade explains that beating Benavidez requires the right mix of size, movement, IQ, and sharpness, otherwise it becomes a very difficult night for anyone at 168. In his view, Benavidez's pressure and punch volume make him a serious problem.
But yeah, I don't think Canelo's beating David. I don't blame him not to fight David. Canelo, stay away from David. Don't do it. Let me get out of it one time. Don't do it. Listen, I'm taller and longer than Canelo. And like, I don't know if Canelo can. That's a big boy, man. I don't care. The skills is, you gotta really have the right skill set, movement, IQ, sharpness to like beat David. Unless David just fights the next biggest man in the 75, it's going to be a different story. But at 168, that's how you have to be to beat him.
Andrade continues by reflecting on his own experience, saying that even though he was taller and able to push Benavidez in moments, the size, length, and relentless style still make him a tough challenge at super middleweight. He believes Canelo would face even greater difficulties because Benavidez does not slow down or gives space. According to him, once the pressure starts building, it becomes very hard to control the fight, and he ultimately feels Canelo would not be able to handle that intensity over the distance.
Canelo's smaller than me, and I was able to push David around a few rounds, do what I had to do, whatever. But that weight and his length, and he knows how to throw like punches and bunches, it's going to be a hard task for Canelo. And then David's not somebody that's going to let up on you either. Canelo's not beating him.
From warnings, predictions, and heated debates, one thing is clear: the boxing world cannot agree on what happens if Canelo and Benavidez finally collide. Some call it a legacy-defining war. Others say it exposes everything fans have been arguing about for years. Now it is your turn. Do you think Canelo stands his ground, or does Benavidez break through and change everything? Drop your thoughts in the comment, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more boxing breakdowns just like this.